Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to another lecture of Human Resource Management. I am Ali Ahmed, serving as a lecturer in Southern Business School, University of Southern Punjab, Multan. Yes, students, today we are going to talk about one of the most important topics in the domain of human resource management, and that is selection process and its types. In human resource management, the selection process is one of the most critical functions because it determines which individuals will join the organization and contribute to its long-term success. Dassler, in his one of the finest books titled as Human Resource Management, emphasizes that recruitment brings with a pool of applicants, but it is the selection process that basically helps the companies and the human resource department in identifying the most suitable candidates out of that very particular pool. So हम यहाँ पे ये कह सकते हैं कि रिक्रूटमेंट एंड सिलेक्शन बेसिकली गो हैंड इन हैंड. रिक्रूटमेंट का ये पर्पस होता है कि ऐसे कैंडिडेट ऑफ पूल को ऐसे पूल ऑफ कैंडिडेट्स को आइडेंटिफाई किया जाए कि जो एक पार्टिकुलर क्वालिफिकेशन क्राइटेरिया को मीट करते हैं. द सेकेंड स्टेप दैट कम्स फॉरवर्ड इज सिलेक्शन दैट बेसिकली डिटरमिन्स कि कौन सा बंदा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का हिस्सा बनेगा. Selection is not simply about choosing people. It is about making predictions regarding their future performance and compatibility with the goals of organization, the culture of organization and organizational values. सिलेक्शन के अंदर सिर्फ ऐसे बंदे को चूज़ नहीं किया जाता कि जो सिर्फ और सिर्फ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को सक्सेस की सीढ़ी चढ़ने में मददगार साबित हो, बल्कि ऐसे बंदे को भी चूज़ किया जाता है जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की लॉन्ग टर्म सक्सेस में ना सिर्फ अपना रोल प्ले करे, बल्कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के जो कल्चर और वैल्यूज़ हैं उनको भी प्रमोट करे और उनको अंडरस्टैंड करे. Now let us begin with a simple thought. Recruitment is like inviting many people to apply for a particular job. But selection is about choosing the right persons from that pool. Selection is not just about filling a vacancy. Selection से ये कतन मुराद नहीं है, जैसे मैंने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले कहा कि सिर्फ वैकेंसी को फिल करना है. It is about so many things. इसके अंदर और भी बहुत से ऐसे फाइनेस्ट एलिमेंट्स होते हैं कि जिसकी बुनियाद पे ये फैसला किया जाता है कि किस कैंडिडेट को रखना है और किस कैंडिडेट को नहीं रखना. सो वी कैन से इट वेरी राइटली दैट सिलेक्शन इज़ नॉट जस्ट अबाउट फिलिंग अ वैकेंसी. इट इज़ अबाउट सर्टन अदर थिंग्स एज वेल. आगे चलेंगे तो हम इसकी मज़ीद तफसीलात भी देखेंगे. इट इज़ अबाउट प्रिडिक्टिंग दैट हु विल परफॉर्म वेल. प्रिडिक्शन करना कि कौन अच्छा परफॉर्म करेगा. Then who will fit into the culture of the organization? उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के कल्चर के साथ कौन अपनी पर्सनल वैल्यूज़ को साथ लेकर चलेगा. And who will stay and grow with the company. So how does this process work? Let's go step by step. The selection process usually begins after the recruitment has generated a number of applicants. And it is essentially a series of steps through which employers basically evaluate candidates to ensure that the right person is hired for the right job. These steps may vary depending on the size of the organization, the nature of the job, and the policies of the human resource department. But in principle, they follow a logical sequence. The first stage, जो पहली stage होती है, it is about usually screening, or we call it the preliminary screening, where the applications and the resumes or the CVs are reviewed to eliminate those clearly who do not meet the job minimum requirements. For example, if a company is hiring an engineer and an applicant has only completed high school without any technical diploma or degree, that application is filtered out at this initial stage. कोई ऐसा बंदा कि जो किसी भी पार्टिकुलर जॉब के लिए अगेंस्ट कोई मिनिमम क्राइटेरिया फुलफिल नहीं करता, उसको पहले ही निकाल दिया जाता है. एंड आफ्टर स्क्रीनिंग कम्स द स्टेज ऑफ द टेस्ट एंड द असेसमेंट्स. These tests can basically measure a range of things, including technical knowledge, aptitude, intelligence and even personality. तो आप यहाँ पे ये चीज़ देख रहे हैं कि एक कई तरह के ऐसे टेस्ट्स अवेलेबल होते हैं at their disposal to the HR department that they can measure every aspect of the candidate. Not only his experience or academia or academic background, but even the personality metrics of that very particular person is judged as well. For example, a clerical candidate being asked to take a typing test, that's a check of speed and accuracy. एक बंदा जो एज अ क्लर्क किसी भी पार्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हायर होता है तो उससे टाइपिंग टेस्ट दिया जाता है जस्ट टू मेक इट श्योर दैट ही और शी हैज़ गॉट सफिशिएंट टाइपिंग स्पीड. ऐसा ना हो कि अगर कोई डॉक्यूमेंट ड्राफ्ट करवाना हो और आप उसे बोलते जाएँ और बताते जाएँ और वो बंदा काफ़ी टाइम ले किसी पार्टिकुलर ड्राफ्ट डॉक्यूमेंट को ड्राफ्ट करने में। Now think about a managerial candidate being given a kind of a personality test to see if they have leadership qualities or not. You know, tests give objective data, but one important point that they must be reliable and valid. Otherwise, this is just waste of time. यहाँ ये बात समझना बड़ा ज़रूरी है कि जिस टेस्ट को एज अ टूल यूज़ किया जा रहा है कैंडिडेट या उस एप्लीकेंट के को असेस करने के लिए, वो टेस्ट इटसेल्फ वैलिड और रिलायबल इंस्ट्रूमेंट होना चाहिए। ऐसा ना हो कि उस टेस्ट के अंदर इटसेल्फ फ्लॉज हो, तो फिर वो टेस्ट एक वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम होगा, वेस्टेज ऑफ टाइम होगा। द थर्ड स्टेज एंड परहैप्स द मोस्ट कॉमन is the interview. Almost every organization uses interviews. Interviews can be of different types. We have discussed in some previous lectures as well that the famous type is the structured interview. A structured interview is an interview where each candidate is asked the same set of questions, making it easy to compare answers. एक स्ट्रक्चर्ड इंटरव्यू ऐसा इंटरव्यू होता है जिसके अंदर एक सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस ऑलरेडी डिसाइडेड होते हैं और हर कैंडिडेट से सिर्फ वही सवाल पूछे जाते हैं और जो कैंडिडेट्स के जवाबात होते हैं उनकी असेसमेंट की बुनियाद पर यह फैसला किया जाता है कि इस कैंडिडेट को हायर करना, इस कैंडिडेट को हायर नहीं करना। Whereas there is another type of interview that referred to as an unstructured interview. In an unstructured interview, it is more like a conversation where the interviewer tries to get to know about the candidate personally. टाइटल से क्लियर है कि अनस्ट्रक्चर्ड इंटरव्यू ऐसा इंटरव्यू होता है कि जिसमें देयर इज नो प्रॉपर स्ट्रक्चर, जिसके अंदर उस कैंडिडेट की पर्सनैलिटी के बारे में असेसमेंट फ्रेम की जा रही होती है। देन वी हैव द बिहेवियरल इंटरव्यूज व्हिच आर वेरी पावरफुल इंडीड। Here the interviewer basically asks about the past experiences to predict the future behavior. For example, we may take an instance that an interviewer may ask an interviewee that, tell me about a time you dealt with a difficult customer. How did you handle it? The way candidate or the potential applicant answers gives insights into how they might deal with a similar situation in the future. ये बात समझना ज़रूरी है कि देखें उस कैंडिडेट से ये पूछा गया कि उसने किस तरह से एक मुश्किल कस्टमर को हैंडल किया था ड्यूरिंग हिज पास्ट टाइम, तो वो बताएगा कि मैंने इस तरह हैंडल किया था। तो उसकी बुनियाद पर ये फैसला किया जाता है कि क्या उसने अच्छे से हैंडल किया था या नहीं किया था, और क्या उसको अगर इस तरह की सिचुएशन का दोबारा सामना करना पड़े, वेयर ही और शी विल बी स्टैंडिंग इन दैट वेरी पार्टिकुलर सिचुएशन। Once the interviews are done, the organization usually conducts background checks and reference checks. Why is this important? Because sometimes candidates exaggerate or even lie on their resumes. For example, someone may claim that they worked as a financial analyst, but in reality, they only did some sort of clerical work. By contacting the previous employers, the human resource department or the HR can verify the facts and also get some feedback about the candidate's responsibility or reliability and the work ethic profile as well. Some jobs also require medical examinations. Think about airline pilots or cabin crew. They need to be physically fit to handle stress and emergencies. Similarly, police officers, soldiers, or even factory workers in physically demanding roles are required to go through medical tests. These checks protect both the employees and the employer. जॉब की नेचर इस तरह की हो सकती है कि कैंडिडेट का या उस एप्लीकेंट का फिजिकली फिट होना बहुत ज़रूरी है। हो सकता है मशीन पे काम करना, हो सकता है उसने कोई ऐसी एक्टिविटी परफॉर्म करनी हो कि जिसके परफॉर्म बेहतर तरीके से करने की बुनियाद पर उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की इक्विटी स्टैंड करती हो, वर्थ स्टैंड करती हो, पोजिशनिंग स्टैंड करती हो। फाइनली, आफ्टर ऑल दीज स्टेप्स comes the decision making, the job offer. HR managers and the line managers basically sit together, review all of the collected information, and then select the most suitable candidate. If the decision is positive, the company extends a formal job offer with details like job title, salary, benefits, and certain other conditions. At this stage, the recruitment process turns into employment. Now let's shift towards the type of selection. One common way to classify selection is internal versus external selection. Internal selection means choosing someone from within the organization, like through a promotion or a transfer. This saves time and cost, and it also motivates employees because they see opportunities and growth. For example, if a sales executive is promoted to sales manager, it rewards loyalty and ensures the continuity mechanism. On the other hand, external selection means hiring people from outside. This brings fresh ideas, new skills, and different perspectives. Of course, it may take longer to train and integrate the new employees into the organization, but it helps the organizations to evolve. Another way to understand selection is through the methods that are used. Written tests, aptitude tests, assessment centers, all these fall under scientific methods of selection. Assessment centers are particularly interesting. They are used mostly for managerial employees. Candidates are asked to participate in simulations, role plays, and case studies. For example, a group of applicants may be given a business problem and asked to work together to solve it. Observers then analyze their teamwork, decision making, and leadership qualities. This is something also referred to as probationary selection. In this method, the candidate is hired but on probation, say for 2 to 3 months or for 3 to 6 months. During this period, the employer closely observes their performance. If they perform well, they are confirmed in the job. If they do not, their contract may end. This is like real world test beyond interviews and exams, because actual performance speaks louder than words. So when we bring all this together, what do we see? That selection process is not just a single event. It is a sequence of steps, from screening applications to conducting tests, to interviews, checking references, doing medicals, and finally making the decision. Each stage is designed to minimize the risks and maximize the chance of hiring the right person. And the types of selection give organizations flexibility, whether they want to promote from within or bring talent from outside, use scientific tests, or place someone on probation basis. The ultimate goal, though, remains the same: to ensure that the right person gets the right job at the right time. To conclude, I want to stress one last point. Good selection decisions are always an investment. If HR hires the wrong person, the costs are very high. Productivity is low, turnover is again high, and training expenses get wasted. But if you select the right candidate, or if the HR selects the right candidate, they contribute to organizational success for years to come. This is why selection is not just an HR function. It is a strategic necessity for every organization. Thank you.